541-1741. Call Gulfstream Motorsports for a diminished value report. My 28 years experience in the auto salvage business, I'm very good with wrecks. So if your car's been involved in a wreck, call me for a diminished value report. Call 727-541-1741. You may be owed some money for the lost value of your repaired vehicle. And visit us at GulfstreamMotorsports.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
It's now time for Connecting Caregivers with author, speaker, caregiver advocate, and talk show host Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for caregivers.
Caregivers around the world today. It's time to lift you up. It's time to celebrate. Good afternoon and welcome to Connecting Caregivers with me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. We have our friend Mr. Ed on the board today. How you doing, Ed?
Well, I'm happy that it's July 4th, but it seems the cold has entered me.
Oh,
at the wrong time. Just
summer colds are the worst.
It's like, what is the deal? It's 3 days to get a cold, 3 days to have a cold, 3 days to get rid of a cold. So I've got about 7 days left, if that works out.
And it's hot as hell here, but all my friends in New York and family in New York, it's hotter there.
But you know what? The Northeast always gets that 1 or 2 weeks a year that it's like,
well, and they all get scared. Is this going to stay?
Yeah, but they don't all have air conditioning.
No, they don't all have
I know, but it's not going to last. Go to a friend's house that has air conditioning.
I guess.
Go to the mall, you know?
Yeah, go to the movies.
Right. You know, when I got married when I was 18 and I lived in New York City, we had one little air conditioner, but we couldn't put it on. You know, it was too much money. I used to go to Gert's department store, sit with all the old ladies in the lounge.
There you go. You started early.
I know, but we had no money. And I was from Canada, and now I'm like, what is this hot stuff?
Well, that voice, of course, is my best friend, my co-host, and my sidekick, not sidekick, Lynn Thornley.
Good afternoon.
So you still got family in. That's kind of cool.
I do. And yesterday was Canada Day for all our friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is. They had their fireworks.
Yeah. Oh, and we got to go to the fundraiser this week for Voices of Hope for Aphasia.
Yes.
I can't tell you how inspiring that was.
To hear those people talk.
Especially the founder. He was the first one that was on the video and struggled a little bit. But really, yeah, it was.
And then that lady.
Yeah. So many people, because you know what? Nobody really understands what aphasia is.
Nobody knows what it is.
That's what I'm saying. They don't understand what it is. Well, mostly people get aphasia from when they have a stroke.
But they said Parkinson's.
Yeah. Oh, many other things too. And dementia
Alzheimer's,
too. Yeah, and dementia too. But the thing is, for a person with aphasia that doesn't have dementia, okay, their mind is totally fine. They just can't be verbal.
Like your father.
Yeah. They just can't find the words. And I think it was so fabulous with my stepmother when she took care of my dad and my stepmother, Heidi, I love you so much. And I used to always say, if I'm going to ever be in a game of charades, I want her to be on my team.
I know.
Because she was like, because she knew my dad so well forever, and she knew how to clue him, and that so much helped with his frustration.
But the other night you kept saying, that's what my father said. Wonderful, wonderful.
He did. He did.
That's what that man kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think when they get to the point that they can just communicate, they want to know that it's wonderful. You know, especially my dad was a really verbal person.
Well, it was really hard on him.
So I'm so grateful for my stepmother. But I want people to get more education on this. Everybody to have an education on this. And once again, I picked up a business card there the other night, and it said on the card, I don't know what the exact words were, but it's more or less, I'm not stupid and I'm not drunk. I have aphasia. Because people with aphasia will try to go somewhere and speak, and they're really having a hard time speaking, and people think they're drunk or whatever. So I think we all have to be really cognizant of all the different people around us, because everybody has something. You know what? One person.
Whoever thought, when we were kids that we'd have something?
Whoever thought that we would live this long? I didn't think so. 73 now. So I'm going to be 73 this year. But when I was a kid, 73 was like ancient. People at 73 didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But it's different. And so I like the part of aging. I feel I'm smarter than I ever was in my whole life. And that part makes me feel good. I saw my daughter this morning, and I always make the comments that I would like my kids and my grandkids and my great grandkids to learn everything I learned after 50. When I got wiser. And my daughter goes to me, "Oh, I'm reading this book." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." It was something that I would have recommended, but it wouldn't have been invited before. So that makes me really happy. And I think that's what we have to do with everything. We have to continue to learn. Because when you stop learning, then you feel like you're stuck in a hole with no resources. Like I see caregivers that are just at home and they don't even leave the house. I see other people that are home and don't even. But I think we need to be involved. I think we need to have our minds involved. And you can have your minds involved between games and different stuff. So I've been playing this new thing, Solitaire Cash.
Yeah.
That I see advertisements for, and I've never played anything where you had to pay any money. But I won $44 yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what I spent? $999.
No.
I never told you.
No.
I had no air conditioning in my house. I was so hot. And I went, I don't care. I'm paying $19.99 to play a game. And then I went, I'll pay $9.99. No, $990. I'm still fighting it. I didn't know I hadn't told you. I had to fight it with PayPal and my credit card and the game. $999.
For what? To play for the rest of your life?
I was like, who would pay $9?
It's scary.
No, it's a what do you call it? A slot machine.
Yeah.
You don't win anything money wise.
Oh, you just play.
It's just pressing buttons.
Oh no.
So anyway, we're still fighting it. My credit card said, it's conditionally done. Xzola, which is part of PayPal, said you don't have to pay it. Now I get another one. Well, you better call your credit card company. I'm going, $999.
For nothing.
I almost died.
I can't believe you didn't tell me
it was like 95 in my house. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, you weren't in your right mind.
Press the button. Oh my God. Can you? Anyway, they say I'm not going to. Right away I knew.
It's hard because it's everything. So this morning I ordered some tickets from Ruth Eckert Hall. And it goes through another company or whatever. And I order the tickets and I get a message that my Discover card was charged or whatever. And then they send me like 2 emails. So it was 2 tickets. And click on here to confirm your ticket. But it's not working. It's not letting me confirm this. I'm like, what the heck? Oh, a few minutes later, I got an email saying my tickets were declined. I didn't decline any tickets. And I paid for them. So now I'm like in their chat.
Oh.
But the chat is not understanding what I'm saying. And then, I don't know, like 15 minutes later, I got an email from Ruth Eckert Hall and there's your ticket. So I don't know if it was just a delay in the system and then they send you 18 emails before that.
You might get 18 tickets.
Oh my goodness.
But Lenny, $999. I thought I died.
I would die.
Like I said, well, when I get my air conditioning back, I won't be using it for 4 years.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so I think you have to be really careful about the buttons that you click on.
Yeah, it was an error.
Yeah, but you know what? It's so many different things I got to click on a day. Just like click on with like somebody wants to have a phone conversation with me, or I get like over 100 emails a day.
Oh,
and you just have to be so very careful.
I would die.
Well, I tell you. So I was talking to somebody about this in real life the other day, and they reminded me. I was at Arden Courts Largo. Oh, this is probably like 9 months ago. and I'm doing a support group. And we have a private room, and the door is locked. And the support group starts at 10. And at 10:30, this woman with a walker is knocking on the door. But the residents do that all the time, and we have to say. And I say to the woman, we're having a meeting here right now. I really can't let you in. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I really can't let you in. She goes away. I finish the support group. I leave the support group. I'm driving home, and Donna calls me and goes, why wouldn't you let that person in? She was a new person for the support group. She wasn't a resident. I just assumed because it was 10:30. So you don't know.
No.
You don't know. You got to pay a little bit of
pressing
attention.
button stuff. I really hate it.
Yeah.
I'm not playing anymore.
Let's talk a little bit more about support groups. So
Okay.
I do my support group will be next Friday at Arden Courts in Seminole on Antilles. And it is at 10 o'clock in the morning.
And if you come at 10:30, you're not getting in.
Yeah. You have to have a sign or something.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing about Arden Courts in Seminole is many times people don't come to a support group because they don't have someone to take care of their loved one.
Yes.
And they can't leave them home alone, whatever. As long as you call ahead of time, you can bring your loved one with you. So while you're at the support group, your loved one is in another room with music or something being entertained. First of all, I think it's great for the caregiver because it gives them a little relief that I can actually go to a support group and not have to worry about care. But it also gives their loved one kind of an introduction into a community. Just see what it's like. Just have a little familiarity, because many times, if it's possible, I like that you could bring your loved one to a community 3 or 4 times before they even move in there to see what it's like. So a friend of mine went to Arden Courts with me yesterday. I think it was yesterday.
It was.
And she's considering her husband going to Arden Courts, and he loves music. He was actually, at one time, he gave me a couple of CDs, Christian music that he sang. And he always sang all these beautiful patriotic songs. Well, he probably still does. Sing all these beautiful patriotic songs. So they're having Arden Courts and Sages is having something in conjunction where it's just like dance and music.
Nice.
So it's a great way for the woman who's considering taking her husband there to go with him and meet other people and see. Because, all right, we're going to get back down to some nitty gritty stuff here that really makes me not so happy. So my friend said to me, you know what the biggest deal is, Linda? My family and friends walked away. My family and friends walked away.
And my church.
And my church.
That's
heartbreaking. She said, like her husband's children are not her children because they got married years later or whatever.
But not just yesterday, a while ago.
Like 20, 25 years or whatever. So every year at one of the children's house in another state, I don't know if it's North Carolina, wherever it is, they have 4th of July. And they always go. And she's like, we can't go. And they're like, what do you mean you can't come? I can't. Well, plus she's aging. And she has her own issues.
That's the problem.
Right. And now going on a plane, going on something different, and they're a little upset. Well, if you're upset, all right. So if you're children like that or family like that, and you're so upset, please don't be upset, because you don't know how upset they are that they can't come. You need to go see them, because you can talk to your loved one on the phone. They can even FaceTime you. Oh, they're fabulous, because it's for 2 minutes.
You don't know, because I know my husband, he didn't go to his son's wedding.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he had dementia then. They called and they played the ceremony, and he was so excited, and it was great they did that. But I don't understand why he didn't go. And I didn't go because it wasn't my family and not fair to him. When it was my nieces, I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't understand it. He didn't want to get on the plane.
Yeah.
And that's long 20 years ago.
So I think the most important thing is, as uncomfortable as it may be for you, or maybe because you just think everything's okay, I don't think you really understand it. So my suggestion is to go and visit them
For a
and
week.
spend some time. Yeah, and spend some time with them and do it unexpected.
Yeah.
Because when someone knows people are coming, whether you have dementia or not, when you don't see people are coming, what? You spiff up the house, you put food in the refrigerator, you know, and they're in that mind cognizance. That's what they would do, right? If the feeling was coming.
Of course.
They would, and then they can comment. And, I always tell my children and my grandchildren, if I ever get dementia, you're in big trouble because I know every trick in the book.
You will call Instacart and that fridge will be overflowing.
But so I just want people to really think about that, because when someone says to me, everyone has abandoned me, it breaks my heart, because I know their heart is broken. So please, just go see them, just spend some time with them. And it may be really uncomfortable for you, but think about how uncomfortable it is for them every single day.
Problem is, they come in, they visit for even 2 days. The person's fine. So they think that you're exaggerating. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
He's
okay.
fine. What are you talking
Well,
about?
and they're not there long enough to understand. So, for instance, this woman I was talking to yesterday, she goes, my husband gets up 3 times during the night to go to the bathroom. And sometimes he just doesn't want to go back to bed. And she's exhausted. Well, even if you're going visiting, your family might not even realize that's what's going on in the middle of the night, because they're all sleeping in the spare room or at the hotel or wherever it is. And then they come to have breakfast with you the next morning and you're totally exhausted.
And you're the bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Or you just don't understand, because they know them better than you do.
Of course, they were with them all their lives.
Yeah,
You didn't do this.
Oh, I didn't give a shout out to our newest listeners.
No.
We have Gina in Clearwater, Melissa in Largo, and Annie in Dunedin.
Welcome, ladies.
Annie makes me think of my Aunt Annie.
I love the name Annie.
Yeah, I'm going to go see her in New York in August. I can't wait. The other day was her 92nd birthday.
And Patty was there?
No.
Oh, because there was a picture on Facebook. That's her godmother, right?
Yeah, but they went to Zoom Stomp Dish. Yes.
Yeah, you guys all
goulash.
love that.
Yes. Very delicious. All right. So once again, I want to say to you, caregivers, get yourself into a support group, because you're going to be there with other people that understand you. I hate to say it. You're going to be there with other people that have been turned down by their families, and they get it. You're going to learn stuff you wouldn't learn. I mean, sometimes in a support group, the conversation is who's the best neurologist in town. Like I say, I am not an expert on Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or anything, but I'm an expert on caregiving and on connecting and on finding how you can get help. So I have a new support group that I will be facilitating, and it is at Grand Villa in Drew Street in Clearwater, and it is July 8th at 5 p.m. So if you're interested in coming, please let me know. You can just email me at lindaburhans@AOL, or contact me through my website, lindaburhans.com, because I really think it's important. I think it's important that we have these conversations. But right now, it's time to hear from our wonderful sponsors, because you know the deal. If you don't hear from them, you don't hear from me. So we'll be right back on Connecting Caregivers Radio.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
Are you getting older, or are you taking care of somebody who is? You know, getting older creates new problems you probably never imagined. One of the big ones is, how do you pay for care? Care in your home, care in an assisted living facility, or care in a nursing home. Did you know that nursing home care in our community can cost up to $12,000 per month? For the last 33 years, our office has helped families access benefits, including Medicaid, VA, and PACE, to help pay for the cost of long-term care. Regardless of what your assets are or what your income is, you can qualify for these benefits. Proper planning and guidance are absolutely necessary to avoid being wiped out. Let us help. If you are in care or heading in that direction, we can help solve that problem. Take action now to obtain benefits to pay for the cost of care. Here are the 4 things that you need to do. 1, get a new power of attorney. Your old one probably isn't good enough. Get a healthcare surrogate and a living will. 3, get an estate plan that will not disqualify you from benefits. And 4, get a plan to qualify for Medicaid, PACE, or VA benefits to pay for the long-term care costs. Call us today for a free consultation, 727-539-0181, or go to flmedicaid.com and download our free book on Medicaid and planning for long-term care. I'm Sean Scott. I'm here to help.
Guaranteed to make you laugh through your tears, Linda Burhan's book, Good Night and God Bless, is filled with humor and heartfelt inspiration to aid anyone facing the challenge of caring for a loved one at the end of life. Her story offers hope for human strength and understanding of weaknesses during a difficult time. Life doesn't normally prepare us to become a loved one's caregiver. When it happens, it's usually sudden. A diagnosis of an illness, age-related frailty, dementia, and life suddenly is anything but normal. And because we don't even know what we don't know, where do we turn to for help or guidance? In Connecting Caregivers, Answers to the Questions You Didn't Know You Needed to Ask, Linda offers information, education, and inspiration from her own experience and from experts whose advice, practical tools, and personal stories will empower and guide you. Make sure to add these inspiring books to your collection today. Available on Amazon.com.
Hi from Angels on Call Cleaning, where we believe a clean home means so much more than just a tidy space. It means comfort, safety, peace of mind, and dignity, especially for our seniors. We proudly work with seniors, caregivers, and families throughout our community to help make everyday life a little easier. Whether it's routine housekeeping, maintaining a safe and sanitary environment, or preparing a home for a loved one returning home from rehab or needing extra support, our team is here to help. We are licensed, insured, and staffed with in-house W-2 employees, never outside contractors, so families know exactly who is coming into their home. We bring our own supplies, our own vehicles, and most importantly, accountability and trust. At Angels on Call Cleaning, we know caregiving takes a village, and sometimes the greatest gift you can give someone is a clean, comfortable place to call home. If you know a senior caregiver or family who could use a helping hand, we'd love to be part of that support system. AngelsOnCallCleaning.com, or you can call us at 727-313-7892.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we are back. Do we have Sean on the line? Oh my
Do
goodness.
we have anybody here? Nobody wants to see us because
Oh my God, it's been a very
4th.
confusing day.
July 4th tomorrow.
I know.
250
years.
I went to Disney in 76.
Yeah.
So that would have been 100. Huh? 200? Yeah,
Well-
and that was like a big deal then.
Well, my husband and I got married in 76 because we figured we would always remember that we got married on the bicentennial. And it was kind of cool. It was like a good date to remember. So I think Mr. Scott is on the phone now. Yes. Hello, my friend.
Hello, welcome.
Sorry I messed up with the time today.
Oh, no, I thought it was funny. I got a good laugh out of it.
I got a good laugh out of it too. So it's so good to hear from you. So I have some questions that some people have emailed to me. And the
Excellent.
first
I got
question,
some good answers.
I'm sure you do.
Always.
And the first question is, how does a person with nothing get Medicaid?
That's interesting. Medicaid benefits to pay for the cost of care in a nursing home or at home or even in an assisted living facility as well. It's based upon what your income and your assets are.
Yeah.
So if you're below the income limit, which is $2,982 of income per month, and you're below the asset limit, in other words, you don't have anything, you qualify.
So, so they're not going to come to you to apply for that. How do they apply for that?
Good. So yeah, they wouldn't need me because
there's nothing to protect.
Right, but I do the application for the client and I work through the bureaucratic process for them. So
That's
there's still
what's
things that I
hard.
do for them, and that's a lot actually.
It
But
is.
they don't. Correct. They don't need me though to do the asset preservation, to look at where their assets are, reposition those assets, protect and preserve them, because they don't have anything. So how they would go about doing this is in Florida, you would go online through the Florida Access System and work through the process of applying for benefits online. Now that sounds really easy.
No, it's not.
It's not. But at the same time, the challenges of meeting the income and asset eligibility issues they've already met. So it may just be more logistical in getting through the process.
Okay. Next question. How long does it take to get Medicaid?
Oh, that's a great question. It kind of depends, though, on what your circumstances are. Let's say you roll in and you're under income and you're under the asset numbers that you need to be. The time standards under Florida's Medicaid system says that they would like to process an application within 45 days.
Okay.
I think that is just hopes, mirrors, dreams, rainbows, and unicorns, because that never happens. A realistic expectation is pretty much no sooner than 60 days, and some of these applications can stretch into 90 and even up to 120 days. It can get very frustrating.
Okay, but hopefully we would have it in 90 days.
Or
less.
We say 60 to 90 days is a reasonable expectation. The 45-day thing happens maybe 10% of the time.
Does your house come into the assets? How much?
Is your house?
Yeah.
Yeah, your house under Florida, actually in your federal Medicaid law, Florida as well, your house is not counted as part of the asset.
That's right.
So if you have a $300,000 house, it has a zero value for purposes of Medicaid eligibility.
Oh, perfect.
Valued at zero. Yeah.
And what's the asset that's the highest that you can have?
Well, if you're in a married situation and
Yeah.
one of the spouses is going to be applying for benefits to pay for care, Medicaid allows you to keep close to $166,000 in countable assets, not counting your house, not counting your car.
Wow.
If you're single, the number's a little different. If you're single, the number
little
is
different?
2. Yeah, a little. Yeah, I know. You see where I'm going with this, Linda.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit different. As in, it's only $2,000 that you're allowed to have. So there's a
Lenny, we better
huge
get
difference.
married.
Well, I can think of worse reasons to get married. The idea here, and here's something that's kind of funny, actually. I've been doing this for 36 years, helping clients preserve and protect their life savings and get the care paid for that they need and deserve. And over the course of those 36 years and 10,000 plus kind of Medicaid clients, there was one case where, in order to qualify my client, I didn't marry them, but I actually performed the ceremony, and I married him and her together. And as soon as they said I do, he was eligible for Medicaid benefits.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Well, they had been living together in sin for a significant amount of time. It wasn't like
they were comfortable with that, but then when you come down to these financial choices,
normally they take everything away if you're married.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's when you get divorced. I've heard. Yeah.
I did.
And by they, I mean her.
All right. So another question: can a nursing home refuse Medicaid? Can anybody, any of those facilities?
That's an interesting question. So what I hear and what people will hear is that, there's no Medicaid beds available, or they don't take Medicaid.
Right.
Well, that's kind of not really true. In Florida, especially in our community, every single skilled nursing facility, a nursing home, every single one of them takes Medicaid as a payment source. And in my understanding, almost all of them, every single bed that they have in that nursing home is able to be paid for by Medicaid.
Yeah.
However, the facility sometimes will try to optimize their private versus public mix of how their client or patients are or residents are. And so they can trend in some cases, not very often, but in some cases, to say, well, we don't have any Medicaid beds available. Well, that's kind of a lie, because every bed is a Medicaid bed in their facility, but they're not taking any more Medicaid clients coming in. Again, it happens. It doesn't happen very often. It's usually most of the time the facilities have realized that it's not worth their while to try to play that game, because they end up with nobody in that particular bed and they make $0 off of that. So we don't see it very often, but it can happen. Here's one little footnote though. If you are already in the nursing home and you switch, like, let's say from Medicare to Medicaid, they cannot discharge you from the facility because you switch payment sources.
Oh, that's very good to know.
Cannot. Okay.
All right, my next question. Can Medicaid go after my family's when I die? Like, is Medicaid going to try to collect from my family?
No, and I think this is a substantial fear that many people have, and there may be the case in some states other than Florida that they can do that. I have done some research on it, so that could possibly happen in other states. Not likely, though. That's rare, and definitely not in Florida. Your family does not owe Medicaid anything, period.
Your family doesn't owe anybody anything, right?
Well, that's correct.
Mostly.
Yeah. You owe no, that's true. I mean, if you die, maybe the IRS. I think they'll go after anybody.
Yeah, maybe the IRS.
But the idea here, though, in all seriousness, is that when you die and you have a debt that you owe somebody, even if it's the state of Florida and Medicaid, they cannot come after your family to pay that debt. It's only you, the dead person, that's responsible.
Thank you, God.
It's like the credit card. You told me that.
Yeah, like the credit card. You don't have to pay the credit card.
Yep.
I did because
you are you.
Well, so so Lynn, there's this saying that the best estate plan, where your stuff goes when you die. There's this kind of joke that says you should spend your last dollar on your last day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I made that a little bit. I made that more funny. At least I think I made it funnier. Instead of spending your dollar on your last day, spend somebody else's dollar on your last day. Go out with that Visa card in your hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, that's a good suggestion.
I know it's not a little edgy. It's supposed to be funny. I'm not saying you should do that, but think about it. Isn't that kind of funny? Yeah.
It is what it is.
Right.
All right. So my next question. So my mom will be 64 this year. She has no documents in place. I'm trying to convince her. How can I be persuasive?
Well, and again, not trying to be funny here. Ask her if she likes coffee. Tell me.
I'll come to your office.
Come to my office, have a cup of coffee with me, and she'll walk out with all the documents that she needs. It's easy breezy. It takes about an hour, maximum amount of time. And by the time we're done drinking our coffee, everything will be done. It's not something you need to fear. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and just get her done, man.
Well, how do I convince her this is important? Because she's like, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine right now. So, there's another joke that I tell my clients, and where I'm speaking on this out in the public, is that I always make this offer that I'll do your power of attorney, your healthcare surrogate. I'll do those for free. I'm not going to charge you a thing. It's free. Everybody likes free stuff.
Yeah.
But there's some fine print here, because I'm a lawyer, right? You got to read the fine print. In order to get it for free, you have to come see me the day before you lose your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And the point is you don't know when that's going to happen. You don't know when a stroke's going to happen. You don't know when a disease is going to happen. A car accident's going to happen. You have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's or something, and you're on that slippery slope where you're losing capacity over time. If you're Linda, here, listen to me very clearly. This is who needs a power of attorney? ? if you're over 18 years of age
Right.
and breathing,
right,
you need a power of attorney today.
yeah. And I think
It
that's
doesn't cost a
something
lot.
that as responsible parents, we need to educate our children about.
Oh, sure.
You know, like-
Absolutely. Yeah.
My kids are coming into your office in a couple of weeks. They're married, 2 kids, own a home. They're in their early 20s, but they need to get this stuff in order.
Well, absolutely. And here's the thing is I think we all live in this world where it's never going to happen to me. I'm young. I'm fine. I'm
Right.
healthy. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'll get to it. I don't need that. Well, let me tell you 2 30-second stories or 2 15-second stories.
Go ahead.
I can squeeze it in.
You got plenty of
So
time.
when my son turned 18, the week that he turned 18, he came into the
It's a
office and
miracle.
signed a power of attorney and a healthcare surrogate. So this is a medical thing where somebody can talk on his behalf, and it's a financial thing where somebody can talk on his behalf. Within 6 months of him signing that, he was driving down to Miami to do a performance art piece thing, and he's sitting in the passenger seat with his friend, and they're driving in the middle of the day, and some white BMW comes whizzing by them, cuts them off, and he ends up upside down in a tree.
My God.
Being cut out of the car by the paramedics and then bay flighted or helicoptered to Fort Pierce emergency room with a broken neck, broken back, and then slipped into a coma. Who's going to talk to the doctor to make his decisions as to what needs to be done?
Well, because he had the papers, but if he
Exactly
didn't,
the point.
but if he didn't
Exactly
have the
point.
papers, what would happen?
And
Explain
now
that.
It's a mess. Now it's a mess. Now it's me and his mother who has she may have some questionable judgment, let's shall we say. And so it's me versus her trying to figure this out. Who the doctor's going to listen to and we can only make some decisions. We can't make all the decisions. And it's a holy mess. And if at some point in time we may have to get a guardianship to go through things, it's a lot better if I just have a piece of paper that says, yeah, it's me. Listen to me, doctor. Okay.
Yeah.
So other 15-second story. Have you ever heard the expression, you never know when you're going to get hit by a truck?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard it? Well, let me explain.
I think I've heard it from you.
Not.
No, I heard it.
You have.
No, I've heard it.
So you never know when you're going to get hit by a truck. It's kind of a saying that says, the unexpected can happen at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know when that truck's going to hit you, right? And so it's a surprise, right? So about 10 years ago now, I think if we look at the timeline, I was walking across the street in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. I just had lunch at Red Mesa Cantina on the corner of 3rd and 2nd. I was talking to some friends of mine. We're going to go back to the condo, watch some Saturday football, college football. Everything's cool. And there's another interesting expression that you might have heard. You ever heard the expression, you should look both ways?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was an expression. I thought that was
A rule.
Yeah, maybe a rule. Or, like really good advice. Let's call it really good advice.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So me. I was not thinking about that, and I did not look both ways when I stepped into the intersection of 3rd and 2nd, only to look to my right and see a giant red plumbing truck at speed barreling down upon me.
Oh.
It hit me in the middle of that intersection, and I ended up almost a block away.
Can't imagine.
Again, broken neck, broken back, a broken rib, skull fracture, deep brain bleed. See, it's my brain. Deep brain bleed, emergency craniotomy. I died. I went over. I came back. I was in neurointensive care for 3 months. I was offline. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't talk to the doctors. Couldn't talk to anybody. The joke here is I couldn't even pay my former wife's alimony.
Oh, wow.
I know. We were all
Some
sad
good
about
things
that.
happen.
Yeah. So we're all sad about that. And but the idea here, though, is I was 100% offline. But the documents that I prepare for my clients, these power of attorney and healthcare surrogate, I had prepared for myself. So now my brother could slot in. He could talk to the the surgeon, the doctor, literally made a decision whether I was going to live or die about the procedure that had to be done. And then for the 6 months that I was not able to manage my affairs, he got to write the check to my former wife for her alimony. So everybody was happy.
Yeah. But you know what the thing is? If you can't make those decisions and you know and you trust that someone can do that on your behalf, that had to be a big part of your recovery. knowing
Of
that
course,
all those
absolutely.
documents were in order. But I really think, like, are you and your son having a contest?
Well, he shares my same genetic material. So
I
think
guess.
he's just predisposed to death and mayhem.
Yeah, but I think it's most important, and I think we need more education on this. Mostly my show
I
is
agree.
for caregivers, but this is for everybody. This is for everybody.
Well, everybody's a caregiver. I mean, that's the thing, is that we take. Well, there's literally everybody is a caregiver at some point in time in their life.
Yep.
Okay? And it's just not. I mean, so that is an issue. But regardless, if you're over 18 and breathing, you need these, and you need them today.
Well, years ago, Rosalind Carter said, you either are a caregiver, you have been a caregiver, you will be a caregiver, or someone will be taking care of you. So I tell everybody, it's an equal opportunity employer.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. So Rosalind Carter said that, huh? Well, I cannot agree more. She is 100% right.
Yeah, it's an equal opportunity employer. You're all going to get a chance. And it's going to depend on how you...
And some of us get 2 or 3.
It's true. But it's going to depend on how you handle it, what support you get, what papers you get in order, what resources you know about. And that's what this whole show is about.
No, and I agree. So since we're talking about things that you should be doing, right?
Yeah.
Recently, not recently, but all the time, actually, I get questions from people in the community, clients, prospective clients.
Yeah.
And they look at me and they go, "Well, Sean, cool, man. Well, but what should I be doing? What am I supposed to do?" And I think that's a really good quality question, because how are you necessarily supposed to know? I mean, we're yelling at you today about get a power of attorney, do health care surrogate, make sure you get that. But what are you supposed to do? So what we've created at the office is a really cool thing. It's kind of a planning checklist. It deals with the 3 main areas of stuff that you need to be.
Yeah, the 3 pillars. I love it.
The 3 pillars, exactly. And you get this, and you can go through and you can say, I don't have this, I need this, I need to do this. So it's literally a checklist of what you need to do. And so what we've prepared this for our clients, for anybody actually. And so all you have to do is, and I strongly, anybody that's listening to this or listening to it in the future, is contact us through the website, drop us an email or give us a phone call, and ask for the 3 pillars, and we'll send that out to you so that you will know what you need to do. Very simple, very straightforward.
Your little graphic that you sent me the other day when we were going on Fox News with the 3 pillars. So I sent an email to all my caregivers with that graphic.
Oh, good.
And said, let's start a conversation. Let's just start a conversation, because I think sometimes too, people like that visual kind of thing. They see something.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
So it's not hard. There's this, this silly saying, there's nothing to it but to do it.
I think going to the dentist is harder.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't give you coffee.
Yeah, no
coffee.
No pain. and when you walk out, you're totally satisfied.
Absolutely, because you had coffee.
But your documents in order. You don't have that hanging over your head. And so the people that are listening to, like we were saying, we need these documents at any age. This could be a great gift you could give to somebody.
Go ahead. It's funny you should mention that. We've flirted with, well, how do we motivate people to do this? How do we get people out here to do what they should be doing?
Right.
There's fear, there's uncertainty, there's and I don't mean this in a bad way, there's ignorance. People just don't know, right?
Right.
So how do you get over all of those barriers? So we have actually flirted with this certificate for these documents. Put it under the tree for Christmas.
Why not? Because like when my grandkids come to do their documents with you, I'm paying for that, because if they save up their money, they're young. They're going to go on a vacation. They're going to buy a new window for the house. They're going to do whatever. But I know if I pay for these documents, I'm happy. They're happy. And they were like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I think people should think about that.
And the best thing that can happen is that you never need this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. But I'm telling you and everybody else that is really, again, hopes and dreams and unicorns and rainbows. And speaking from very much personal knowledge, you never know when you're going to get hit by a truck.
Exactly. Well, hopefully not today, my friend.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for being with us, as always.
Very good.
I will
Very
see
good.
you on Monday.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, website for anybody wanting to get
go
their
ahead.
killers. virtuallawoffice.com. It's all one word, smushed together. virtuallawoffice.com. Get on there, all our contact information, great information on Medicaid, great information on advanced directives and planning, videos to our links to all of our videos on YouTube. A great resource to learn more about it, and it's super easy.
Yeah, it is very super easy, and it's clean. I like it when I go to your website. It's clean. It's easy to navigate. And I think that's really important because some websites are not easy to navigate.
No, make it easy. That's my theory, my philosophy. All right, well, Lena, thanks for talking with me today, and thanks for having me on the show again. As always, it's always a joy, and again, hopefully, we can make people's lives better.
Have a delicious weekend, my friend.
All right, have a good one. See you later. Bye now.
And now it's time to hear from our wonderful sponsors, because you know the deal. I gotta pay.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
When someone you love needs a little extra help at home, comfort and trust matter more than anything. At Southern Comfort Home Care, we believe care should feel like family. Proudly serving Pinellas Park and surrounding communities, our compassionate caregivers provide personalized in-home support so your loved ones can remain safe, independent, and comfortable in the place they know best, home. From companionship and meal preparation to personal care and daily assistance, Southern Comfort Home Care is here to ease the stress for families and bring peace of mind when it matters most. Our caregivers are carefully selected, professionally trained, and dedicated to treating every client with dignity, respect, and kindness, because that's how families should be cared for. If you're looking for dependable, heartfelt home care you can trust, choose Southern Comfort Home Care. Call us today for your free assessment at 727-977-2273 or visit our website at www.southerncomforthc.com. Southern Comfort Home Care, where compassionate care feels like home.
Choosing the right chiropractor is an important choice to make. Located in Seminole, the Alexander Spine Center team is trained on the latest chiropractic treatments and technologies. At Alexander Spine Center, you'll find chiropractic and physical therapy care that is safe, effective, and a natural approach to pain and other health-related issues. Chiropractic unlocks your body's potential and natural healing process to ensure your life is a healthy life. We treat clients from the womb to the tomb. Call 727-397-3000 for a free consultation today, or visit our website at www.alexanderspinecenter.com.
They take good care of me twice a week, so check them out.
Arden Courts is not just a place to live. It's a place to call home. Residential living combined with quality caregiving. This is the philosophy behind Arden Courts. Communities created exclusively for individuals with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia who would benefit from a safe and structured environment. For additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides, call 888-478-2410 to locate a community nearest you. Inquire about our educational seminars, resource library, or support groups, or simply feel free to ask questions you may have about Alzheimer's and related dementias. At Arden Courts, we know, we understand, and we can help because memory care is all we do. Remember, call 888-478-2410 for additional information about any of the unique services Arden Courts provides.
Caregiving is an act of love, but it can be exhausting. Long days, sleepless nights, constant worry about the one you care for and about yourself. That's where Super Patch can help. Super Patch is a simple, drug-free wearable designed to support the body naturally. Caregivers are using it to feel more balanced, more energized, and more focused so they can show up fully for the people that need them most. And for loved ones, well, many report better stability, calmer days, improved sleep, and greater sense of independence. No drugs, no side effects, just a patch working with the body. Because when caregivers feel stronger and supported, everyone benefits. Super Patch, helping caregivers care better and helping loved ones live better. To learn more, go to www.sticktoit.info. That's www.sticktoit.info.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we're back. So I just found out about a new program. It's called Seated Rhythm and Tap Time. Well, multimodal brain-body engagement programs for blend dance, movement, cognition, rhythm, social connection. So they have them twice a month. The South County location is the every fourth Tuesday of the month at 9:30 at the Shine Senior Center. And the North County location is the first Friday of every month, which is today, at Bel Air Towers in Clearwater. So if you're interested in any of these, you can contact Griswold Care Pairing at 727-547-7000. So glad you tuned in today. Hope you took a little information. Hope you get your papers in order, because I'm telling you, it's going to make it a lot easier for you if you do. Tune in next week for another fabulous show. Remember, God loves you all the time, and have a delicious day.